Hi, I'm Seamless. This is the 24th 75K tutorial. This one was requested by Livu, and it is supposed to be a Billain sound. And the original sounds like this. In super duper loud fashion. I'm actually turned out pretty okay. Alright, come back. That guy. That sound. And what I got was this. Now, this is actually a variation on the square bandpass idea. And normally when I do the square bandpass thing, sometimes I'll include a phaser and or some kind of phase-like filtering with just some notches or whatever. We're actually doing the opposite of that. And this time we're using the phaser with very high feedback, which is causing peaks in the audio. Essentially what we're doing is we're causing there to be emphasis on particular spaces in the spectrum, which when the sound is playing is forcing particular harmonics to be more audible than others. There's actually there's more than one thing that made me arrive at this. This is actually the simplest method of doing this kind of thing. One of the things I tried to do was I actually made a waveform, which was a square waveform where I took out every other harmonic, so that it emphasized every other harmonic to create like that kind of emphasis on those particular harmonics, which gives it that kind of whoopy kind of sound. And then bandpass. I am also automating the phaser. I'm automating both the minimum and the maximum depth, so everything is just together. And I have 19 stages and extremely high feedback, which is causing it to, like I said, to be doing that. If we listen to what it just sounds like without any of the stuff, just the square, for example, just the square, and then with the phaser, yeah. This is causing that to happen. And then with the bandpass, and then we distort that with this wave shaper. And along with the wave shaper, I'm also using the post to do volume automation, so that because without the volume automation, it's kind of extremely crunchy all the time. And we'll talk about the crunchiness in a second, because you might think that to be an important part of the original sound. You wouldn't necessarily be wrong. And then there's just housekeeping EQ and some limiting. Now, like I said, the crunchiness. If you listen to the original sound, you could hear there's so much more stuff happening on there. And now I might be wrong about this, but I'm more or less certain that there's Foley stuff layered on top of that, some gritty weirdness to kind of go in there with the bass, along with the drums. And there's just so many things happening in there that the drums, that the bass that I have feels particularly empty by itself. And that's just because there's a lot more happening in the song around the bass. The bass itself isn't really the main focus of this particular element, although it helps. Anyway, it's a square phaser. Like the phaser is a weirdly non-automatic way of accomplishing this. What I mean by that is, like, you saw me when I created this EQ over here. You could literally just do this, and if you automate it appropriately, you can have a lot more control over the sound. However, it's a bit more time consuming, and the phaser more or less will create that basic function. There's ways you can control that, and I don't need to use as many stages. Like experiment with these particular parameters, like where the automation is, how many stages there are, and that kind of thing. And also where the automation is. It will do a lot of things to the sound. The stages essentially determine how many peaks there are coming out of there, so that's how many there were in that particular moment there. You can also try using a flanger to create a similar comb filtering effect, which was what this is. And if you're using serum, you might have seen that I had a serum out here. There are straight up just the flangers and phases that will create this for you, and then you can have more control over that, like just by doing it like that. And that's what causes the sort of the motion underneath just the square to turn into something a bit more than just a square. Anyway, I will put up this FLP for you to download in the description so you can screw around with it. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. If you would like to make a request, please do so in the Reddit thread linked in the video description. Any requests made anywhere else will be ignored. And as usual, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and have a nice day. Saved it.